Hi everyone. This brief video will discuss assignment number 1 for NURS 420. Assignment 1 is about primary research. Starting at Web Campus, on the menu, select Assignments. Under Assignment 1, you will see an example, a transparency, the article to go with the example, and the rubric for this assignment. Simply click on the transparency. You might be asking yourself, what exactly is a transparency? Well, this is a class about evidence, and it is also based on evidence. There is compelling evidence if students are given transparent information, fully telling them the purpose, the who, what, why, basically, of an assignment, that this will be more satisfying to the student and produce perhaps a better grade for the student. Assignment 1 is about prospective, quantitative, interventional, primary research. By now, you should have reviewed Module 1, and so you have an idea of what primary research is, what quantitative means. Interventional has to do with having an intervention. Someone does something to affect some outcome, and prospective means moving forward in time versus a retrospective study which looks back to see what was done. Moving forward with a planned, methodical method makes up the prospective portion of this assignment. So starting with Assignment 1, the purpose of Assignment 1 is for NURS 420 students to practice skills, gain knowledge, and develop professional attitudes related to evidence-based practice and research, but specifically related to searching the literature to find primary evidence for practice and identifying some of the main components of a published study. Primary research is that which is the original study. It's not a summation of various studies. It is one study or the original research that was done. So the skills, knowledge, and attitudes related to Assignment 1 are listed here. Notice that all of the knowledge here is reflective of the course objectives, the secondary course outcomes, the level objectives, so level 3 outcomes, the CUSIN competencies, evidence-based practice competencies, and the program outcomes. If you recall from the syllabus, program outcomes, CUSIN competency, level outcomes, and course objectives are spelled out for you. So when they're numbered and they're listed in the columns so that you can see the coordination between them. Most importantly, students want to know, what do I have to do for this assignment? The transparency that you're looking at right now, that can be obtained through Web Campus, tells you exactly the task you need to do to complete the assignment. So for Assignment 1, you would access the UNLV library, search for a primary research article that is prospective, in other words, moving forward in time as opposed to retrospective, quantitative, having to do with numbers as opposed to qualitative, which is thoughts and feelings, etc., and interventional. Interventional referring to there was an intervention that was done in the study to improve an outcome, and it must meet the publication date requirements of within the last 5 years. Moreover, the intervention of the article has to be something a generalist, baccalaureate prepared nurse can perform within the scope of their practice. For example, we do not prescribe drugs, so a study about drugs, unless it's about the administration of drugs, would not be appropriate. So dosing of drugs, the kind of drugs that are given, that's not something within the scope of a generalist nurse, so that would not be an article that you would want to use. Generally, most drug studies do not meet the criteria for this assignment. However, if you're in doubt, such as the best way to give heparin or something like this, that's a drug, but it's about the administration of the drug, which is our scope of practice. When in doubt, just ask your faculty member. If you're going to ask your faculty member via email, put 420 student or NURS 420 in the subject line and send a PDF of the article. Don't just send the abstract, because the faculty will need to evaluate if this article is going to work for this assignment. Then in this class, we do a first draft, which again, you're building skills, so this first draft is just to get feedback. But please put your best effort forward in the first draft, so then you'll have even less work when the final draft is due. So each student finds a different article, posts it on Web Campus within the time frame for your semester, and if there's a tie, in other words, it's a first come, first served posting, so that we will have a variety of articles, and so whoever posts first will have the option to use that article. That's why you cannot post before Tuesday of the date specified in your semester to post, and you'll have that entire week, Tuesday through Sunday, to post on first draft, and then I will provide, or your instructor will provide, feedback on what you posted. And generally that feedback will come 48 to 72 hours after you post. Then you take that feedback, make any edits that are necessary, and then submit your final draft on or before the due date listed in your syllabus for this particular assignment. In the meantime, before the due date, students can certainly consult with the faculty via email at any time before the first draft is due to determine the choice of the article. Is it appropriate? Does it meet the criteria of primary research, prospective, quantitative, and interventional? And is it within the scope of practice? So when in doubt, contact your faculty. Again, all the dates for this assignment will be listed on the semester-specific transparency for your course. Most of the time, the deadlines are generally a Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. Again, the dates are specific to your semester, so make sure you check the semester-specific transparency for your course. Next is the criteria for which you will be judged. Notice the criteria listed here. There's also a rubric that gives a little bit more detail than this, but generally, if you're meeting everything but one of the following criteria, you will receive the full 2.5 course points. The article, again, must be published within the last 5 years. The article has to be primary research, it has to be prospective, has to be quantitative in nature, and have an intervention. And again, meeting the date requirements. The intervention has to be within the scope of a generalist baccalaureate prepared RN. The APA must be completely correct, and the article has to be attached in a PDF format. Then, if you have included the purpose and the independent and dependent variables, at least one of each, you will have met the criteria, along with the submission time frame. For almost every assignment, there is an example. Via the discussion board link, instructions again are listed here, what's to be included in the post, and then the example. Notice APA format. Notice the purpose, the independent variable of the study, and the dependent variable of the study. Then attached is a PDF of the particular article. And that's really all there is to assignment 1. Each person should start a new thread for their posting. I will reply to that and give you feedback. You'll take that feedback and use it for your final, which will be submitted via the assignment tab. The due dates for fall 2016 are included here. Posting will take place between Tuesday, September 13th through Sunday, September 18th. Again, generally, during the week, 48 to 72 hours after you post, you will receive my feedback. You'll then take that feedback and use it for your final draft, which is due October 9th. So your first draft is due no later than Sunday, September 18th. The final submission, again, after you receive feedback, you make your corrections, the final submission is due Sunday, October 9th. You can always post sooner, but you will be penalized if you post later than the due dates. Again, the criteria is listed on the transparency that can be found in Web Campus. Thank you again for your attention. Good luck on assignment 1.